Don't let noisy news distress you. Don't let the headline writers rain on your parade. My goodness, there's resiliency in this country we've not yet begun to use. As Mark Twain is said to have said of the music of Richard Wagner, it's not nearly so bad as it sounds.
It has made him aware that in these wars, there are no civilians anymore. It bothers me to hear of our planners' deference to the civilian population of such and such a target area. There are no civilians anymore, anywhere in the world. Certainly the Middle East demonstrates that every day, almost every hour of every day. Maybe we'll have fewer wars. Maybe we'll find some more civilized means of resolving international differences if the world population can come to accept the fact that there is no hiding place. I have no insight that isn't available to everybody these days. I think our Secretary of State is going to make a very convincing case to the United Nations next Wednesday. I think it's the United Nations that's on trial now, not us. In the 1930s, when the United Nations was called the League of Nations, until it ignored the intrusion of Japan into Manchuria and China, until it ignored the intrusion of Italy into Ethiopia, until it failed to recognize Hitler for what he was, publicly tearing up the Versailles Treaty. And so the League of Nations, impotent, disappeared. Oh, I certainly hope we won't think of future wars in terms of marching boys with bayonets. Those weapons have lost our last 3 wars. Vietnam and in Korea. The most we were able to deliver was a stalemate on the 50-yard line. We paid much too high a price for that, and it was then that I suggested that we drive it or park it. The world has become an uglier place, and the myopia imposed by your presence in a military situation is frustrating for me. On the war front, you're told pretty much what to say and where to go. Well, noise makes news. We've had newspapers in this country. I can think of one in particular, which tried to print just good news, and it only lasted 14 weeks. It was in Sacramento, California, as a matter of fact. People want to be frightened, and it's a shame. I think we've become overnewsed for that reason. Oh no, tomorrow always has been better than today, and it always will be. There is no time in history that Larry King would choose over this one as a time in which to live. But also, when we pray for guidance and doors continue to open instead of close, a person comes to think of his job as an obligation to enlighten and inform.